Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code VIKAS10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. So students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for March month. The session will be quite interesting, so stay tuned with us till the end, students. Apart from this, students, we upload the daily current affairs video at 5 a.m. in the morning on regular basis. Let's start. First is, on which day is Rare Disease Day observed annually across the globe to raise awareness for the people impacted by rare disease. It is generally observed on the last day of the Feb month, and this year in 2025 it was the 18th edition of the Rare Disease Day observed on 28th or 29th of Feb, and this year it was on 28th of Feb. Next, National Science Day is observed annually on 28th of Feb across India to honor the discovery of the Raman effect by Sir Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman. He discovered the Raman effect in which year? He discovered this in 1928 and he was honored for this discovery. Next, what is the theme for the United Nations Zero Discrimination Day observed on 1st of March to promote equality, inclusion, peace and diversity? It is We Stand Together. This is the theme here for United Nations Zero Discrimination Day. Correct? We stand together. And this year it was the 11th edition of this day that was observed. Next, World Civil Defense Day is observed every year on 1st of March to spread awareness about civil defense and their importance in protecting people during emergencies. Right? This year it was the 36th edition of this day that was observed with the theme Civil Defense Guarantee for Security for the Population. Next, World Seagrass Day is observed every year on 1st of March to highlight the importance of seagrasses in marine biodiversity and climate change mitigation. The year 2025, it marks the dash observance of the World Seagrass Day. It was the third observance of the World Seagrass Day that was observed. Next is India celebrates Civil Accounts Day every year on 1st of March to mark the establishment of Indian Civil Accounts Service. In which year was the ICAS established? It was in 1976 that this ICAS was established. Next, United Nations World Wildlife Day is observed annually on 3rd March to raise awareness about the world wildlife, animals and plants. The day 3rd March it was chosen to commemorate the adoption of the dash in 1973. It was for the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wildlife, Fauna and Flora. Next, on which date is World Hearing Day observed annually to raise awareness about the hearing loss? It is 3rd of March we observed World Hearing Day. Right, and this time it was the 19th edition of the World Hearing Day that was observed. Next, National Security Day is observed annually on 4th of March in India to recognize the efforts of security forces. The day also marks the establishment of dash in 1966. It is the National Safety Council. Next, on which date is World Day Against Sexual Exploitation observed globally each year? It is 4th of March we observe World Day Against Sexual Exploitation. Next, every year on 4th March, India observes National Safety Day, National Safety Week campaign to emphasize workplace safety and accident prevention. This year it marks the death observance of this National Safety Day. It was the 54th edition of the observance of this National Safety Day, and this week, that is National Safety Week, it is observed from 4th to 10th of March. Next, on 4th March, the 11th World Obesity Day was observed worldwide to combat the global obesity crisis. What is the theme of the World Obesity Day observed? Theme being changing systems, healthier lives. And this time it was the 11th edition of this day that was observed. Next, on which date is UNESCO's World Engineering Day for Sustainable Development observed annually? It is 3rd of March. We observe this United Nations World Engineering Day. I correct myself. When do we observe World Engineering Day? World Engineering Day is observed on not 3rd but 4th of March. Right? And this time it was the 6th edition of this day that was observed. Then is your United Nations International Day for Disarmament and Non-Proliferation Awareness observed across the globe on 5th of March. This year it marks the death observance of this day. It marks the 3rd observance of this day. Next, on which date is Jan Aushadhi Divas, that is Generic Medicine Day, observed annually across the globe to raise awareness about the importance of generic medicines and the benefits of Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana. It is 7th of March we observe this Jan Aushadhi Divas. Next is United Nations International Women's Day is annually observed across the globe on 8th of March. What is the theme for this International Women's Day? Theme being for all. Theme is for all women and girls, rights, equality and empowerment. Right? Take a note of it. Next, on which date is United Nations International Day of Women Judges observed across the globe? So, when do we observe this day? It is observed on 10th of March. Right? And this is the 4th time that we are observing this day. Next, 10th of March, it marks the dash observance of CISF Raising Day that honors the commitment and service of their personals. So it is the 56th edition of the CISF Day that was observed on 10th of March. Next, on which day is World Kidney Day observed annually to raise awareness about kidney health and advocate for equitable access to healthcare. So on which day World Kidney Day is observed? It is the second Thursday of March month we observe World Kidney Day. Next, World Rotaract Day is observed annually across the globe on 13th of March to honor the contributions of Rotaractors. The year 2025, it marks the 57th observance of this day. And this World Rotaract Week is observed also from 10th to 16th of March. Next is International Day of Mathematics observed annually on 14th of March across the globe to highlight the significance of mathematics in various fields. Who serves as the International Day of Mathematics Ambassador for India? So it is Professor Anita Rampal, right? Honored as the was here recently served as the National IDM, that is International Day of Mathematics Ambassador for India. Next, International Day of Action for Rivers is observed every year on 14th of March to highlight the crucial role of rivers in sustaining ecosystems and human life. What is the theme of the International Day of Action for Rivers 2025? Theme being Our Rivers, Our Future. And this is the 28th edition of this day that was observed. Next is World Consumers' Rights Day is celebrated on 15th of March. It is to promote awareness about the consumer rights, protection and empowerment. Which of the following is not one of the four fundamental consumer rights articulated by former US President John F. Kennedy in 1962? Right? Among the following, which is not? It is your right to education, right? Is not one of the four fundamental consumer rights articulated by former US President John F. Kennedy in 1962. Next, on which date is International Day to Combat Islamophobia observed annually across the globe? It is 15th of March we observe this day. Next, World Sleep Day is annually observed across the globe on the Friday before spring vernal equinox. On which day is this World Sleep Day observed? It is 14th of March we observe this day, right? And this day is observed across the globe on the Friday before spring vernal equinox. And this is the 18th annual sleep day that was observed. Next, National Vaccination Day, also known as National Immunization Day, is annually observed across India on 16th of March. When does National Vaccination Day commemorate the first dose of the oral polio vaccine administered in India. So when do we observe it? It was in 1995, right? First dose of the OPV, oral polio vaccine. Next, on 18th of March, Ordnance Factory Day is observed to mark the establishment of the first ordnance factory in India, right? At this will be at Kolkata, West Bengal. Next, on which date is Global Recycling Day observed annually to promote the importance of recycling and environmental protection? It is 18th of March we observe this day, and it is the 8th edition of this day that was observed. Next, on which date is the United Nations French Language Day observed annually to promote multilingualism and cultural diversity? So, on which date is United Nations French Language Day observed? It is observed on 20th of March. Next, World Day of Theatre for Children and Young People is observed annually across the globe on dash to raise awareness about the value of theatre in young lives and communities. So, a World Day of Theatre across the globe on when do we observe this day? It is 20th of March we observe this day. And World Performance Week observed from 20 to 27th of March. Next, on what date is UN International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination observed annually to raise awareness about the racism and exclusion? So, when do we observe this day? On 21st of March. Next is United Nations World Poetry Day is observed globally on 21st March to promote linguistic diversity and preserve endangered languages through poetry. The year 2025 it marks the dash observance of the World Poetry Day. It is the 26th observance of the World Poetry Day. Then United Nations World Down Syndrome Day is a global awareness day observed annually across the globe on 21st of March to raise public awareness of Down syndrome. Identify the theme of this World Down Syndrome Day. What is the theme here of this day? The theme being improve our support systems. Next, on which date is World Puppetry Day observed annually to promote the art of puppetry? So when do we observe this day? It is observed on 21st of March, World Puppetry Day. Then on which date is Shahid Divas or Martyrs Day observed? Shahid Divas or Martyrs Day is observed on 23rd of March globally. Next, that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. Who has been nominated by India in April 2025 for the post of Director of Radio Communication Bureau at International Telecommunication Union? So M. Revati, correct? A joint wireless advisor at the Department of Telecommunication, has been nominated as the official candidate for the post of the Director of Radio Communication Bureau at Geneva, Switzerland based ITU, that is International Telecommunication Union. Next, in April, Hindustan Unilever Limited acquired 90.5% stake of Uprising Science for 2,706 crore rupees. Question asks, which of the following is a skincare brand owned by the Uprising Science? So which is that skincare brand? It is Minimalist, right? This is a brand, right? And remember, Mumbai, Maharashtra based Hindustan Unilever Limited, that is India's largest FMCG company, they completed the acquisition of 90.5% stake in Uprising Science, that is the parent company of Minimalist. And the amount here was worth 2,706 crore rupees. Next, during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's official visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in April, both nations agreed to collaborate on establishing two dash in India to boost the energy cooperation. So what will be established? Two oil refineries will be established in India to boost the energy cooperation between India and Saudi Arabia. Next, according to the data released in April, what was the total outward remittance under the RBI's liberalized remittance scheme during April 24 to Feb 25 in FY25? So, according to the data released, what was the total outward remittance? It is $27.02 billion. Next is in April, HDFC Bank Limited became the third Indian company to surpass a market capitalization of 15 lakh crore rupees after Reliance Industries Limited and Tata Consultancy Service. Next, in April, RBI issued a directive mandating all banks to migrate their digital operations to exclusive .bank.in domain to enhance the security infrastructure of online banking services. What is the deadline for this migration? So it is 31st of October 2025. The deadline has been sent to shift to .bank.in domain. Next, who is appointed as the new chairman of Air India Express following the resignation of Campbell Wilson, who had been serving as the chairman since June 2022. So, who has been appointed as the chairman of Air India Express? Nipun Agarwal has been appointed as the new chairman of Air India Express. Right? And he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Nipun Agarwal. Next, Adani Group backed Ambuja Cements acquired 7.76 crore equity share in a company previously managed by CK Birla Group. Mention the company name. It is Orient Cement Limited. And now Ambuja owns 46.66% in Orient Cement Limited. Next, in April, India dispatched the second batch of supersonic cruise missiles to the Philippines under $375 million deal signed in 2022. Name the Indian-Russian joint venture company involved in this agreement. It is BrahMos Aerospace Private Limited, and BrahMos will be delivered to Philippines, and Philippines became the first nation to sign an agreement with India to import BrahMos missile. Next, in April, China has achieved a major milestone in internet infrastructure by launching the world's first 10th generation broadband network in their Sunan County in Hebei province. Right, so 10G has been launched, the world's first 10G, very high speed of internet. Next, identify the country that hosted the inaugural capacity building program for Central Asian republics on countering the financing of terrorism on 21st and 22nd of April 2025. So it is India. Which is that country? It is our country, India. Next, in April, Inland Waterways Authority of India reported a record-breaking cargo movement of how much amount? It was 145.5 million metric tons in FY25. Next, also remember the operational length of the national waterways has also significantly increased from 2700 km to almost 4800 kilometers. Next is name the tiger reserve that was recently declared as India's 107th national park by Chief Minister of Odisha Mohan Charan Manjhi. So Simlipal Tiger Reserve, right? This is the 107th tiger reserve now, correct? And it is where? It is in Odisha, correct? Take a note of it. This newly declared national park is now the largest national park in Odisha. Next, which of the following institutions is not among the top 5 in the 2025 Asia University ranking by Times Higher Education in April? Among the following, that is not among the top 5, it is IISc Bangalore, Indian Institute of Science. Bangalore is not among the top. So, Tsinghua University first, Peking University second, National University of Singapore it is third, and Nanyang Technical University it is at 4th position, and University of Tokyo at 5th position. Next, LDV's mutual fund has launched India's first index fund offering an exposure to what? It is offering an exposure to BSE Internet Economy Index. Next, who among the following Indian industrialist was inducted into the World Bank's Group's Private Sector Investment Lab in April 25 to support private sector growth and job creation in developing countries? So, Sunil Bharti Mittal. Right? So, Washington DC, USA based World Bank Group, right? They have announced the next phase of their private sector investment lab that will focus on various solutions that will attract private investment and generate jobs in developing nation. Next, in April, Appointments Committee of the Cabinet made a major senior level key bureaucratic changes across ministries and departments. Senior bureaucrat Bhavesh Kumar has been appointed as the Chief Executive Officer of UIDAI, Unique Identification Authority of India, right? With Keshav Kumar Pathak being named as the Additional Secretary in the Cabinet Secretariat. Correct? Take a note of this. Apart from this, Keshav Kumar Pathak, right, a senior IAS officer, has been appointed as the additional secretary in cabinet secretary. Next is mention the chess grandmaster who won the fifth leg of the International Chess Federation Women's Grand Prix held in Pune, Maharashtra. So Koneru Hampi, right, has won the International Chess Federation's Women's Grand Prix that was held in Pune, Maharashtra. Next, in April, Dr. Krishnaswamy Kasturi Ranjan, the former chairman of Indian Space Research Organization and Padma Awardee, recently passed away at the age of 84. If we look at the options here, you have to find the correct one. Option A is right and C is right. B is saying he won the Padma Vibhushan Award, that is India's second highest civilian award, in the year 2001. So everything is right, but not it is 2001, but the year is 2000 when he won this, or he was honored with this Padma Vibhushan. Next, World Malaria Day is observed annually on 25th of April across the globe to raise awareness, mobilize resources and promote actions aimed at preventing, control and elimination of malaria. Question asked is, malaria is caused by which of the following organizations transmitted through the bite of infected female Anopheles mosquitoes? It is Plasmodium parasites. Next, and one more thing, for the first time World Malaria Day was observed in the year 2008. Next, which of the following organizations developed the hydrogen-based explosive device successfully tested in April 2025? It is China State Shipbuilding Corporation. Next, who was elected as the president of UNESCO-supported International Center of Films for Children and Young People for the year 25 to 27 term? He will be Jitendra Mishra. Next, name the country that launched their first indigenous human papilloma virus, that is HPV test kits for detecting the virus responsible for cervical cancer, launched in April 2025. It is our country, India, that has launched this first HPV test kit. Next, as per the World Bank report titled India Poverty and Equity Brief, April 2025, India extreme poverty had dropped to what percentage in 22-23 from 16.2 that was recorded in 2011-12. So from 16.2 it has significantly dropped to 2.3% in 22-23. The report further showed that 17.1 crore people have been lifted out of extreme poverty. Next, who was conferred the Champion of the Order of Fiji, the highest civilian award by the President of Fiji in April 25 for the significant contributions to the healthcare and social welfare in Fiji? So who was conferred with the Companion of the, not Champion, Companion of the Order of Fiji? So who was ordered here? Shri Madhusudan Sai. Right? He was honored with the Companion of the Order of Fiji. Shri Madhusudan Sai, an Indian spiritual and humanitarian leader, was honored here. Next, which organization assumed the lead role of the International Charter Space and Major Disasters, placing it as a strategic center for coordinating global disaster responses efforts using space-based assets in April 2025? So it is ISRO. Correct? Right option. Next is Reliance Industries Limited has appointed Dash as an executive director and has become the first Indian company to surpass Dash and total equity. So RIL has appointed Anant Ambani, right, as their executive director and has become the first company to surpass the 10 lakh crore rupees in total equity. Next, who identify the late author of the book Beyond the Courtroom, Reflections on Law, Constitution and Nationhood. Right, this book was released in April that focus on law and constitutional expertise. Right, so identify the author. Right, late Fali Sam Nirman is the author here. Right, late means he passed away. Next, what day is observed globally on 26th of April each year to raise awareness about the patents, copyrights, trademarks and designs and to celebrate creativity and innovation? It is World Intellectual Property Day. Next is mention the state that initiated India's first quantum computing village in April 2025, Andhra Pradesh. Next, on 28th of April, Government of India signed a deal worth how much amount with the Government of France to procure dash Rafale marine fighter jets for strengthening Indian Navy's maritime capabilities. So, Government of India, they have signed a deal worth 64,000 crore rupees, and that is to acquire 26 Rafale marine fighter jets for Indian Navy. Next, which country hosted the 11th edition of BRICS Labour and Employment Ministers meeting in April under the slogan Strengthening the Cooperation of the Global South for More Inclusive and Sustainable Governance? It is Brazil. Next, according to a new report by CIPRI, the world military expenditure reached $2,718 billion, that is 2.7 trillion in 2024, which is an increase of 9.4% in real terms from 2023. Question asked is, what was India's total military expenditure in 2024 according to the report? So it was $86.1 billion. USA maintained the top position with the maximum spender. Then comes China on second position, Russia on third position, and our country is in the fifth position. Next, in April, Dash of Thailand was elected as the new president of Badminton World Federation. So, Khungying Patama of Thailand was elected as the new president of Badminton World Federation for the term 25 to 29. Next, identify the organization that was recently honored with the Udyog Vikas Award during the Udyog Vikas event organized by Janmabhoomi Delhi for their efforts in developing greenfield industrial smart cities in India. It is National Industrial Corridor Development Corporation. Next, in April, the Government of India established an inter-ministerial committee to design the framework for the proposed National Manufacturing Mission that is aimed at boosting Make in India initiative. Who has been appointed as the head of the committee here? So, BVR Subramaniam has been appointed as the head of the committee here. Next, on 28th of April, the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs hosted a virtual preparatory meeting for the Niveshak Shivir initiative. Question asked is that the initiative is a collaborative effort between IEPFA and Dash, and it is between SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. Next, identify the organization that recently received the income tax exemption status from the Central Board of Direct Taxes to support the implementation of Union Government's flagship Namami Gange program initiative. So, which is that organization? It is National Mission for Clean Ganga. Option 4 is right here. National Mission for Clean Ganga. Right? This mission received the income tax exemption status. Next, from 1st of May, all banks, financial companies and regulated entities, they must use the RBI mandated portal to submit applications for regulatory authorizations, licenses and approvals. What is the name of this portal? It is Prabha portal. Next, in 2025 April, Amitesh Kumar Sinha, the additional secretary at the MEITY, was appointed as the new chief executive officer of which of the following? So was appointed as the CEO of India Semiconductor Mission ISM. This is to grow the semiconductor manufacturing in India. Next, who was appointed as the CEO of Axiom Space Incorporation based in USA, succeeding Dr. Kam Ghafrin? So Tejpal Bhatia. Tejpal Bhatia was appointed as the CEO of Axiom Space Incorporation. He will be succeeding Dr. Kam Ghafrin. Next, in April, Pakistan suspended which bilateral agreement signed with India in 1972 following India's suspension of Indus Water Treaty? So, Pakistan suspended Simla Agreement. Right? Take a note of this.